That's right. The time is now for this very special episode of Have a Good Morning and a Pleasant Afternoon. This episode, we will be having an exclusive interview with Studio 462 presidents Brendan Weissman and Robby Aronson.
Mic check.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robby Aronson with Studio 462, and alongside me, Brendan Weissman.
Brendo Weissman.
Right.
Brendo and Robbo.
Greetings and welcome to this episode of Have a Good Morning and a Pleasant Afternoon. And today we are interviewing our very own studio presidents, Brendan Weissman and Robby Aronson.
Hello, how are you? It's great to be here.
It's an honor, been trying to fit this into my schedule for a couple months now. My people were talking to your people, and, we just got it done.
Yeah, now, we all know that you guys are the presidents of our very beloved Studio 462.
Not only presidents, but best buds.
This guy right here,
see that.
the Cali boys.
And you both have been a big contributor to the club for a very long time. So, in general, what effect has this club had on you as an individual and on your high school career?
You want to go first, Brendan?
Yeah. Well, I would say to start high school, I consider myself a late bloomer because I think to start high school, I wasn't that socially active.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I was a little closed off from people. I was like a wallflower. And I think joining Studio 462 definitely made me come out of my shell socially and force me to talk to other people and just, come into myself socially. So yes, that's my answer.
Yeah, I think for me, I've done a lot of things in high school, and whether it's solfege or soccer, some things I couldn't connect with. And then junior year, I really found studio, and junior year for me was a great year, and I think studio had a big part of that. I found something I was very comfortable in, very good at, and in life, when you find something that you're good at and you really enjoy, you do it, and you kind of get addicted to it, and you want to be the best at it. You don't want to just be good, you want to be the best, and that's why this club has had such an effect on me, because it's given me a lot of life skills, and it's given me a path that I want to take later in life.
Totally, that passion is just, I feel it coming off of you.
Yeah,
He's
that's the goal.
radiating right now. I can
Radiating.
feel his aura as we're having this interview.
Yeah, now that you guys have, you're seniors, you've gotten accepted into great colleges with, Brendan, you're attending Dodge College of Film and Media Arts, and Robby, you're attending the University of Southern California, I believe.
Right on, baby.
And could you guys tell us more about why you guys chose these schools now that the pressure is sort of off of your shoulders? What's the plan for the future in terms of future career options that you may be considering?
Cali boys.
All
You
right.
go first, yeah.
Reason why I chose Chapman. When I was looking at film schools, Mr. Rhodes brought up kind of a wild card with Chapman. It's not as well known as a USC film school or Ithaca or NYU or anything like that, but a couple other kids from Melbourne go to Chapman specifically for film production. So I kept it on my radar, and when I visited last spring break, I just liked the fit. I liked that it was a small school. I always knew I wanted to go to a small school. I didn't think it really fit into a big school that well. And it's not really in LA like Robbo will be. It's in Orange County, which is a nice, quaint little town. It's just very peaceful, and just the overall environment felt very right for me. And the film school there is one of the best in the country, and I just like the vibe the school gave off. Everyone seems so nice in Orange County, and I just knew since I visited that it was going to be the right fit, so I'm happy I got in. And the other question was what was the other question?
You're anything you're considering doing in the future, career-wise, since...
Well, I know people see me as the director, but to be honest, I think I like editing the most, so I think going into Chapman, I will be pursuing editing as my focal point, but obviously when you're there, anything could change. You can get into directing, you can get into sound design, you can get into production. anything.
Honestly, I see you doing like everything. Since I mean, basically that's what you do now.
I consider myself a jack of all trades. That's what they call me.
Yeah, and for me, actually, USC it came onto my radar like a long time ago. My mom took out an article, and it was about Andre Young, and so that's Dr. Dre, and he created a school at USC, and I liked it, and I looked at Aronson, and I was like, okay, I can get in here. And I just kind of worked my way up, and it was kind of this goal. Like, if you work hard enough, you can kind of go where you want or be where you want. And thinking about, like, the nice sunny place of LA was obviously great. But besides that, I mean, I want to be, in journalism, broadcast journalism specifically, or something related to that. And USC had a great school at USC Annenberg. I recommend it for anyone that's looking to do this. California and LA has great connections. There's no one from Milburn this year that is going to USC, so it's not that I needed a fresh start, but it's good to have a fresh start in that sense. And I think it will the facilities that they have with the programs and the rah-rah, I think it's just like a perfect fit for me. And as for what I want to do in the future, I'd like to be a journalist on the broadcast side, hopefully, and maybe one day take that into politics and maybe be a press secretary. Or who knows what I can do with that.
President, right here.
You're president of the club now. You could become president in the future.
Well, you know what? Maybe I want to start with being press secretary for the future president of Ben Goodman.
In a ballot coming soon, Robby Aronson. Brendan Weissman, 2034.
2036.
2036.
Yeah. So, USC is just great for everything I want to do. And it's kind of far away, but I'll be right next to one of my best buds. So I'll feel like I'm at home sometimes.
Well, hey, Los Angeles, baby, city of angels.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
City of stars.
City of stars.
That's a La La Land reference. That's a La La Land reference for everyone out there.
City of stars.
Now, regarding film, Brendan, you said you're very into film. In fact, can we roll a clip from one of Brendan's short films right now?
Hey, why are the lights off?
Gentlemen, welcome.
Can you even see in here? It's absurdly dark.
What kind of book are we looking for today, gentlemen?
We took out a book our freshman year. What are the oldest books you've held on to?
Ah, yes, the relics. I love to get by on these babies. The more I hold on to them, the more the value goes up. Freshman year, huh? That's a pretty penny. How much do you owe the library?
$638.
And 50 cents. You forgot about the 50 cents.
Here's about the 50 cents.
Wow,
Thanks,
what a
Sam.
great clip. I love that. Thank you, Jonathan.
You're very welcome, Brendan.
How did you know that was my favorite clip from my movies?
I just felt it, and
Wow, that was really.
Wasn't that amazing? That was the
impressive.
best.
Honestly, your filmmaking ability has just gotten so much better over the years. Honestly, like you're great. Like, you're really very talented.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
yeah. In fact, Brendan is actually working right now on creating a Spanish short film. Anything you'd like to tell us about that at all?
Hola.
Ooh, so
Mentiroso.
that means liar. I know some Spanish, Robby. So, the big four, we got me, Andrew Karp, Kyle Mangold, and Sam Bernard.
We're three, baby.
Yeah, so right now we're working on our Spanish project, and my goal is to create the best Spanish project the school has ever seen. I already murdered it with the mass media project. I'm coming for Spanish next. All I can say is that it's a love story. It's profound. It's gonna be deep. It's gonna be emotional, and
it's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be powerful. It's gonna hit the heart.
It's going to be the next Casablanca.
Yes, absolutely. Here's looking at you, kid.
Now, well, this is it. This is your last year at MHS, and with less than a month left, I believe. So if you were to pick your best memory from MHS, what would it be and why?
Whew, I've got a couple. I'm gonna stay away from film because I feel that's too obvious of an answer. But I think around this time last year, Robby messaged me one day out of the blue and said, "Hey, I want to do a class debate. Yeah, it's never been done at MHS before. I want to do it."
Where had it been done before, even before
Yeah.
MHS, right? I mean, it was. Jeez, that's 24 hours. Brendan, just to interrupt you, came in the clutch. All right, you can tell the story.
I'll be telling the story from here. So let's say it's Tuesday. He messages me at like lunchtime. Hey, I want to do a debate.
I didn't even message you. I went to you.
He went to me. He talked to me face to face, which is very surprising in the 21st century. us millennials with our phones and whatnot. Point is, so
Dang millennials.
Tuesday
Titles.
he approaches me. Thing is that I think it was Thursday is when they were doing the voting.
I don't even think I went to you Tuesday. I think they were voting on Friday. We filmed on Thursday. I approached you Wednesday.
All right, so we have this idea on Wednesday, which basically means we have the smallest time window possible. We have to do it the next day, or else voting's gonna happen. And there's no point of doing the debates. And at first, I thought he was crazy. Like, how on earth are we gonna like do a debate in less than 24 hours? How are we gonna get the word out there? How are we gonna organize it? How are we gonna do everything? With the technology and setting that up, where are we gonna have it? Who's gonna be the moderator? All these questions we need to figure out, like, quickly. Like, we need to know this yesterday. And so at first I'm like, we're not doing this. It's a pipe dream. It's nice, but the timing is all off. And then Robby texted me like he got everyone, all the candidates, to do it. He got a moderator who had to eventually drop out. It was Noah Brookham, but he would fill in. And I'm thinking like...
I was going to be either way. I was going to be both.
But we had Brookham first, but he had to drop out.
It was going to be both of us. Instead it was Nixon.
But, he said to me he got everybody. I'm like, this has a long shot to work. It'd be a great story if we pull it off. So we basically spent the rest of the day, probably the next 8 hours straight, trying to work everything out. We decided that we're going to have it on top of the booth. We wanted the auditorium at first, but we couldn't do that. We needed all this equipment because we had 8 candidates, so we needed 8 microphones, 8 cords. We needed 2 cameras. Where we're going to put them, because on top of the booth is a very small space. We had extensive planning in a very short amount of time. After we worked out all the details and we had a good plan in our head, it was crucial that we got the word out on social media. And, to do something if it's Wednesday, it's going to be tough to get the word out for something that's coming out on Thursday. But, we stuck to our guns. And
I think that's what Brendan and I made a really good team. I kind of, in this instance, had the vision, had the idea, but I couldn't put it together, right? I could organize it, but I needed Brendan to bring it to life. I could have all the ideas, all the people, set it up, market it, whatever, but it would be nothing without Brendan, who ends up with the live production side of things. And that's how it really worked. It ended up being our most viewed thing last year.
Yeah.
Between Facebook and the website,
I watched
1,700 views, right?
Yeah. So we did a whole social media blitz to get the word out there. And this is 8 o'clock at night that we're starting the social media blitz. But we got the word out there quick. And when I walked into school the next morning, I kind of felt the buzz of people talking about the debates. And even in homeroom, early in the morning, this idea that we had less than 24 hours ago, now people are talking about it. I'm like, this is crazy what we were able to do. And then the debate itself was very stressful. There were wires and cords everywhere to try to make this work.
I just remember I had a huge history project due that next day too, but there was no way that I was not going to get this debate happening. And so that was I think both of us our greatest moment. And just one little backstory about that, I ran for class president my freshman year.
He didn't win.
And I always thought there was going to be a debate, and there never was.
Not my president.
There never was. And so that was how that idea kind of evolved. And now I'm president of this great club, but with Brendan and Aaron and Julia, and kind of my dream almost has come to life thanks to these guys and thanks to you guys.
And I know I'm going on a tangent, and I know this is going on for too long, but
that's fine.
Yeah, I think that was the moment I just knew that this is what I wanted to do as a career path, because you're under the pressure, and you have this very small time window to do it, and I just loved it. I loved working under those small hours of doing stuff. I just loved that experience, and I'm happy with the end product. And just made me think like, yeah, this whole process, I'm into it. I'm into it 100%. I'm just happy Robby had that idea, and I'm happy that we were able to execute it. And yeah, that was definitely one of the best memories.
Now, this interview, it's gone on quite a while. This is probably our longest interview yet.
I could talk for hours
Of
on
course.
end about myself.
But we're going to have to end it now. But before you go, we are going to send you home with a gift. A special handshake.
I thought you were gonna bring in.
I think we'll have to censor that one.
I think I see one now.
You're gonna have to cut that out.
Oh,
We're gonna have to censor
no.
that one. Hey guys, thanks so much for an awesome year. Have a good morning and a pleasant afternoon. We'll be back next year for season 2. On that note, here are some of our best memories from this year. Have a great summer.
Thing in the world, but it's very funny to me. So 2 years ago, or maybe it was last year. Oh wait, can I take it? Sorry,
sure,
I
sure.
have a phone call. Can I take it?
I got you. Okay,
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, thanks. Bye.
And he's not even there. Just look at it. We exposed him. Officially exposed.
And his name is John C.
Take 4. He's not here again. You know what that means. Exposed.